Okay, so I'm the best babysitter in the world, right? Because I will always tell you one more story, and I'll let you build living forts in your living room. So I'm babysitting for my 4-year-old friend Royce and Elsbeth, and Royce has known me since I was KT, the best girl babysitter ever. His parents have explained to him, KT is our man now, and he wants you to call him Turner. Do you have any questions? Royce replies, no. Because we already have secret agent names for one another, and anyway, it makes total sense that he's always really been a boy, kind of like how at the end of Scooby-Doo, you know when they pull off a mask? Elsbeth, however, doesn't know me from anybody. She's just here for dinner and a movie. So right in the middle of building one last fort before dinner, Royce turns to Elsbeth and says, Turner used to be a woman, but now he's a man. A man! And then it occurs to him, how did you do that? Elsbeth seems horrified. It's not the gender confusion, I can actually tell this very clearly. It's that at this point in her young Southern life, she has been very well trained not to point, not to stare, not to ask prying questions. Meanwhile, I am faced with the prospect of explaining gender identity and transsexualism to 4-year-olds. Well, Royce, you really have to want it. I say, I figure this should be an appropriate response, right? You do really have to want it. And he says, but I really want to be a woman. A woman! Just like that. Completely unself-conscious and totally sure. And so I decide in this moment to just tuck another corner of the couch back Afghan. I'm going to be the parents that I want to see in the world. I decide to believe the child, love the child, affirm the child. What's a woman? Asks Elsbeth. All I want to be doing is finishing this fort, sticking them inside, telling them a ghost story that will scare them into next week so we don't actually have to have this conversation. But they're both staring at me so intently, so I say, what's a woman? Funny you should ask me that, Elsbeth. A woman. A woman. A woman can be anything. As long as she is smart and strong. And therefore, both you, Elsbeth, and you, Royce, could each be women if that's what you chose because you're both of those things. And you know what, Elsbeth? I think a lot of women would really like your shoes. She's got these flip-flops with a hot pink flower, hot glue to the toe separator. She beams at the compliment, at which Royce says, what about my shoes? He's got those Velcro sneakers that light up at the back. And I say, Royce, when I was a woman, I would have worn those sneakers for sure. See, women are all different. And you can be different if you want to. You could be a man, or you could be a woman, or you could be something different. Let's think about what could you be. You could be a baseball player, crane operator. They overlap. Absolutely. I finished the fort. I figure this should trump any talk of feminist identity politics, right? I put them inside, we go to make tofu hot dogs, and on my way out, I hear Elsbeth's muffled voice through the fabric, and she says, will you come in here and tell us a story? Will you tell us how you became a man? I wish I could tell you all everything. But no matter how many stories I tell in response to however many questions in whatever order, I don't have an ending for this story that hasn't ended for me yet. So all that remains is that I should be a man about it. And all I think I know that means is to look people in the eye, shake hands firmly, say thank you. And know when to leave. Thank you very much. welcome, and I'm happy to talk about whatever you want. I'll just right here. There's more sweet tea.